Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services, and what a beginning it has been for the week. Once again, the Sensex and Nifty has made an all-time high, 58,500 and above on the Sensex for the all-time high, and 17,429. That's the high for the Nifty spot. And as I speak to you, though we have given up a little bit of gains, but still trading in the positive zone, up about 160 points on the Sensex at 58,300, and on the Nifty we are trading with positivity of 45 points at about 17,370. While the broader markets have also been participative, the only point of pain today is the financials, that is Nifty Bank or Bank Nifty, which is trading in the red, and rightly so. After the momentum that we've seen for the last maybe about a week or two, it is prudent to expect a little bit of profit booking, and just before the second quarter earnings unfold as we go forward from here on. But I think the strength of the market speaks for itself, and day by day we are gaining more momentum and more strength. But not to forget, wisdom has to prevail upon us, and cannot rule out, like I mentioned earlier, intraday profit booking, or maybe some odd days of profit booking given the momentum that we have gained. And it is always prudent for the market health to see a little bit of profit booking consolidation, correct a little bit on the lower end, make a base, and then again the next move that we are likely to see. Overall, all indicators look positive, whether it is from the local or global front. This rally is driven by liquidity, and there is lots of it. Though there were fear, as I was addressing all of you all, when the primary markets opened up and there was a whole host of IPOs hitting the market, the concern was that there would be liquidity that would be sucked out from the secondary market and pumped into the primary market. But look at where we are, and look at the subscription that we've seen for some of the IPOs. But despite all that, I think liquidity is abundant, and I think it will remain that way, at least in the near term. But like I mentioned, wisdom should prevail. So maybe you might see intraday corrections, or maybe some 1 or 2 days of profit booking, which will be again healthy for the market. On the crude oil front, both Brent and NYMEX are trading with a negative bias. Brent is about 71.67 dollar a barrel, and NYMEX is trading at about $68.41 per barrel. So no negativity or unpleasant surprise from the commodity basket, especially the energy sector, that is crude oil. But rupee is something that we need to speak about with the kind of enormous strength that it has gained. Though today there is a slight bit of giving up on the rupee front against the dollar, but still 73.05 is a strong level that we are seeing compared to where we were about 2 weeks back. And I think that's going to be the broader range for the rupee dollar equation. Not much of giving off, but could expect a little bit of more strength as the dollar supply comes in. And on the crude oil front too, unless you have some negative news flows in terms of production facilities getting disrupted, I think we should be trading over here. Sectorally, I think we spoke about IT, we spoke about banking, we spoke about NBFCs. We earlier spoke about pharma as well. And one sector that I would like to highlight, though it is trading with tremendous amount of strength today. So my advice would be not to go out and buy immediately in the near term, but whenever we get those corrections that I was speaking to you earlier, use those corrections to get into the real estate sector. Though this is a high beta, let me say this with a word of caution, that real estate, despite the changes that we've seen in terms of policies, RERA, and other policy changes made by the government for this sector, not to forget this is the second largest employment generating sector. With the kind of run rate that we've seen in terms of registration of both commercial as well as residential premises, whether it is metro or tier 2, tier 3 cities, it's seen some of the best times in terms of bookings, registration, and of course the sales run rate going up. So there are a lot of names, but just to name a few, I think Godrej Properties, Oberoi Realty, Shobha Limited, Prestige Estates, Mahindra Life. These are some of the stronger names in the real estate sector, which of course, like I mentioned, is still considered a high beta. It has run up in the last 2-3 days, but given the outlook on fallback of various changes that this sector has seen, and not to forget the discipline that has come in, friends, our feeling is that this could be a sector wherein if you happen to identify strong players like the names I've mentioned, I think on corrections, if you happen to buy these stocks, you would definitely, over a longer period of time, would be making a decent amount of money, because this is just the beginning. I think as we go forward, stronger players will tend to command larger market share purely because of the low debt on the balance sheet, and more importantly, the run rate in terms of completing and executing the projects. So try to look at these names: Godrej Properties, Oberoi Realty, Mahindra Life, Shobha Limited, Prestige Estates. I think these are some of the stronger names which exhibit tremendous amount of capability in terms of earning visibility, and of course discipline, which is very important for this particular sector. Given the kind of run up, like I mentioned, you could see some correction. Use all dips to buy into stronger names, stronger sectors, and for all those short to medium term investors, my humble booking is at least try to take some part profit off the table. And if not, if you have an elevated risk appetite, it is only prudent to keep your profitable stop losses in place. And as the market goes up, revise those stop loss to a higher side. But don't keep it in your mind, execute it in the system so that whenever the market corrects, you are not caught in an unpleasant situation. Wishing you all a very best. Thank you very much for listening to me so patiently. Go by COVID appropriate behavior. Stay home, stay safe. See you again next week. Bye bye.